Give me the news, I gotta.
Thank you for joining us back for another week of the Geekyest, where we go through some of the nerdy news and stuff for the week. We definitely don't hit it all. Generally, just the stuff that actually interests us.
Yeah.
So if we don't care, we don't care.
Yeah. If we don't talk about your shit, fuck you.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. That's pretty much our attitude.
Yeah.
We like Big Red. So this week we got some DC animated news, some DC TV news, some DC Comics news, and perhaps biggest of all, some Marvel Netflix news.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. On both fronts, on stuff that's already out or just came out, and stuff that is getting ready to come out.
Uh-huh.
There was a huge announcement with that. All right, so moving right into the news for this week. DC Animated, they put out the first screen cap of the Killing Joke animation.
I saw that. That was the animated. It looked like an animation.
Mm-hmm.
Just to stop.
It was just
cool.
like one frame.
Yeah, I mean, it looked par for the course for like all their newer stuff that they've been putting out. I mean, as far as the animation style goes, you know?
It looked kind of like a mix between their current like canon stuff and some of that Brian Boland flair to it.
Yeah, I could see that. It's very cool because I keep seeing a lot of shit on Twitter that Mark Hamill keeps putting up, and it's
Mark Hamill's the shit.
And he's all like quoting the Killing Joke, and dude, it's gonna be so good. I'm really looking forward to that. It's almost ever since I've been watching. They've been doing these DC animated movies, or since I started noticing they were really heavily focused on doing Batman stories in these movies. I was super hoping that they would do the Killing Joke, especially after they did Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Then it was like, why aren't you doing the Killing Joke next?
It's like one of the second biggest stories as far as like impact in
Most
the
definitely.
Batman stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good stuff.
Also, my bad, Jim's with us this week.
What's up?
Oh, we forgot to introduce Jim.
The bee's knees is out of town for the weekend, so Jim was kind enough to come and grace us with his presence.
Yeah, thanks for having me, fellas.
Yeah, mate. Also, this is kind of good, kind of bad. I'm not really sure how to feel about it. Indiana Jones 5
Bad.
was
It's just bad. let's just be honest. It's bad.
officially announced. Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg are on, and just from hearing that, I was kind of like, okay, I don't really need another one, but if they want to put out another one, shit, I'll watch it. But then the writer from the Crystal Skull is going to be the guy writing this one as well.
Bummer.
Like, maybe he learned from some of the criticisms and everything from Crystal Skull.
I appreciate your
Not.
optimism, Bert, but let's be real. This is not going to be good.
We need to be more realistic than optimistic.
At least, I guess, Shia LaBeouf won't be in this movie. Right? Maybe he will.
Don't know. They were
maybe he
saying
will.
something about him.
I mean, what was the relation in Crystal Skull? Was that supposed to be his son?
No,
or
it was his
something?
son.
It was his son.
Yeah, it was him
Sure.
and Marion's son.
Yeah, that's
Marion
the sound.
Ravencroft.
So, Indiana Jones, assisted living.
There is also a petition to help revive Young Justice as a comic book. Everything that we had been kind of pushing for was #Renew Young Justice and getting it back on as like a third season.
Yeah.
Wherever. Netflix,
I don't-
Hulu, TV, whatever. But this is, the latest thing was reviving it as a comic book.
I don't know that I would
Be on board
like
with
that
yeah.
as much.
It seems
man.
like a half measure. It seems like, hey, we're
Yeah.
kind of realizing that we're not going to get, or might not get, a TV show. Let's go for a comic book. Fuck that. Just go for a TV show.
And I
Keep
do
pushing forward.
And I do realize that was a title that they were putting out, like as far as like I guess they're all family. Their family books go. That I know that was a book that they were putting out for a while, but no, man. Just give us the season. The comic book is only supposed to accompany that TV show because it is a television show, and that's the best way that those stories are told. I feel like, but whatever. If it's a comic book, that's cool, I guess. But I'm probably not going to read it.
No.
I would much rather watch the television show.
And I was thinking, like, even if they do it as a comic book, who's to say that it would still have the same writers that made the TV show so good?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that could be completely different. Have a different feel. Yeah.
I mean, the writing is one of the best things about that entire. Well, it is the best thing about that entire show.
Yeah, most definitely.
And,
I see that.
I put this on the page just for you, Jeff. Just for you. Jeff's favorite show is coming back for a third season.
I feel the same way about this as I do Donald Trump being the Republican nominee or going to be the Republican nominee. It's like it blows my mind.
We still haven't
really.
said what show it is.
Oh, this is that turd of shit pile of dog shit Gotham that's on Fox. It completely ruins. Well, it doesn't completely ruin Batman, but it definitely
does. It does.
No, it puts a sour taste in your mouth about Batman. I mean, Batman is always going to be cool, and there's always going to be awesome things about Batman. Even the campiest of campy Batman can still be made cool. You watch Batman 66, and as ridiculous as some of that is, you still are enjoying. There's nothing good about this.
I'm with you.
There's nothing good about
There's nothing good about this. It is all crap.
And they're thinking about bringing back that stupid fish character.
Oh, they are. She's coming back.
You see what I have to deal with? This bullshit right here.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is frustrating. Next song.
Did anybody watch the Mr. Freeze episode?
No, where Mr. Freeze looked like he had those Kurt Cobain sunshades on.
I actually saw some. It said it was actually a pretty decent episode.
Decent episode for Gotham is like bottom tier, bottom level for any other TV show. So
yeah, that would be the absolute worst Flash episode.
Exactly.
Actually, the worst Flash episode would probably still be better than the best Gotham episode.
This is very true.
That show sucks, guys. That show sucks.
I just didn't understand why they were doing that whenever... I mean, you've got Heart of Ice.
Exactly. You can't beat Heart of Ice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you are going to have Mr. Freeze, just do an adaptation of Heart of Ice.
What can you tell me? Does anybody know like how they did the character? Like, is Nora...
Nora Freeze is in it.
Okay.
And I want to say that somehow Victor Freeze was killed or was dead and came back from the dead, maybe. I might be completely wrong about that, but that's the gist that I got.
Well, at least they got sort of that much of it sort of right.
At least they got Nora in there somehow.
Yeah. I would have been writing a letter. I don't watch your show, but I heard Nora Freeze wasn't in your Mr. Freeze episode.
WTF. I heard
Also, Alan totally called this last week.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Little Prince is going straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
After Paramount dropped the United States distribution rights for it. A week before it was supposed to come out.
Before it was supposed to come out, they dropped the Little Prince rights, and I guess the movie at that point was kind of in limbo. And then Alan goes, they were probably listening to our podcast, is what it was.
Probably were. You're welcome. We expect royalties.
I was going to say that. We'll be expecting that check in the mail sometime this week. Yeah, Alan totally called it. So I guess Netflix is going to pick that up and put it out because Netflix is awesome and they don't really care.
Dude, they're on a fucking roll, man.
I mean, it's got to say something to the like higher up TV executives who think they know what people want to see, but you have a something like Netflix that's completely changing the way people, ingest TV and just watch TV. That and Netflix is putting out Netflix original shows that are doing amazing, like they're awesome. I just think that goes to show that these executives have no fucking clue. Their finger is nowhere near the fucking pulse, man.
Yeah, they're out of touch for sure.
Where's the pulse? It's like right on the ear, the earlobe, the earlobe.
If they're searching a dead guy for a fucking pulse, is what they're doing, man. So yeah, I'm glad Netflix is around. Thank you, Netflix.
Seriously. Going into DC movie news, Amber Heard is going to be Mara in the Aquaman movie.
Now, what has Amber... What is her last name? Heard?
Heard. I think it's Heard.
Okay. What else has she been?
No idea.
She looks familiar.
I think she's Johnny Depp's wife.
Oh.
I think.
Johnny Depp's been in her. But on a more serious note,
I mean,
don't
she's
know.
been in stuff, but I can't remember. I'm not exactly sure what else she's been in. Let me. Oh, sweet lord.
She looked familiar. And I think she could. I mean, she kind of looks similar to Mira, I guess. Of course, she's going to be opposite Jason Momoa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't picture Jason Momoa when I picture Aquaman.
I don't think anybody does.
I'm not saying that he's not going to do a good job or like he'll, but that's just not like when I picture Arthur Curry. I don't know. I just don't picture like that huge,
Like barbarian character.
Yeah. What the fuck was his name in Game of Thrones?
Khal Drogo.
Yeah. I just don't picture a dude like that as Arthur Curry. But maybe I can kind of see where they're going with it. We'll see. I still don't know what to feel about this Batman Superman movie.
We'll know next week.
I am excited. I am excited for it. It's just like I still have some reservations. That I'm still when I go in. The more I see of it, the more I like it. But it's still like.
Well, what was your personal opinion on Man of Steel?
No, I liked Man of Steel, and I liked it more. The more times I saw it, and kind of got accustomed to the way the movie told its story, because it was kind of different. Even from I feel like some of the other Zack Snyder movies, like just in how he told the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I thought it was good.
Are your reservations about Batman vs Superman really the Batman part of it?
No, actually, it was initially, but then the more I saw about it, the more I saw Ben Affleck as Batman, I've kind of like, okay, I'm into this, and that might have been part of the strategy as far as like the advertising or the advertising campaign they had was like to get him out there in the Batsuit and get people sort of used to seeing Ben Affleck as Batman, and it worked because I totally am like before where I was like Ben Affleck, where now I'm like, okay, I'll give you a fucking chance. Okay, we'll see what's up.
Yeah.
But it's things like just little smaller things. I just want to see what's up. Like they announced the R rating thing. I didn't know that was completely
That's
necessary.
Weird, yeah.
That's
it's going to be almost like it's right at 3 hours for the R extended, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
I like a long Batman Superman movie.
No, yeah, I mean
but the R thing is like, is that?
Yeah, I mean,
really need it.
I mean, it's not R initially when it's going to be released, but then this extended version will be R. Like, what is this added? Whatever that makes it R.
I think Snyder
that wasn't
said,
really detrimental to the film to begin with.
I think Snyder had said something that it was just more violence.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which I mean, with Batman, I can understand that because I mean, if you're going for the kind of Dark Knight Returns kind of vibe for it,
sure. I mean,
Batman, Dark Knight Returns is violent as fuck.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
definitely R.
The guy is branding dudes in the movie. I mean that's.
I mean, if they're going for that vibe, okay. But I mean, it's the whole Superman thing. Mm-hmm. I don't really see Superman being in an R-rated movie.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Or just the fact that this is the movie they introduced the Trinity in, and then there's this version that maybe it's the Batman scenes that make it R. Like you said, I mean, it could have nothing to do with Superman or Wonder Woman. And then all of the other characters they need to put in this movie.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be densely packed, and how they're going to make that all
I think
work.
Flash is popping up in it at some point. Vic Stone, Cyborg, is apparently popping up in it somewhere.
I guess Aquaman's supposed to be in it.
Yeah, and Aquaman's supposed to be in it.
How the hell did they tie Aquaman? I mean, I can see them tying in the other two.
Yeah.
Like, just brief cameos.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you do with a guy from Atlantis?
The king of Atlantis. Does he just like saunter in? Does he just like walk across frame and then that's it? Like, hey guys.
Or they mention him like he's like Bigfoot or something. He's just a character that's
just show him like mid stride with his trident in the middle of the ocean, just looking.
Yeah, he's down there with Nessie.
Nessie.
What else we got?
Apparently a beloved DC hero is rumored to debut in the Legends of Tomorrow season finale. They haven't said who it is, but they just released it. It's a beloved DC hero. Harrow.
Have you guys been
Harrow.
keeping up with Legends of Tomorrow?
I have, yeah. Well, I haven't watched the most recent episode, but I'm pretty caught
I haven't
up.
watched
I watched
any
the
of it
pilot, but that's all I've seen.
I'm pretty caught up. I have really no clue. I mean, they're bouncing around. They did the Future Star City episode, which had old Oliver and Diggle's son in there. But I mean, they could really do anything.
Yeah, so like week to week, it's pretty all over the place.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
you don't really know what's going
gotcha.
to happen. You know.
I was thinking it might be Dr. Fate because in one of the episodes they already showed his helmet up on like a shelf somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You've got to like freeze it like right at an exact spot, but it's got like, I want to say it's Dr. Fate's helmet and whoever the man in the iron mask in Flash. It might be that helmet or like sitting beside each other like
kinda
on
cool.
a top shelf somewhere.
I'm gonna have to go back through and see what's up with that. The show's pretty good. It's still you know, I don't even know that I like it now that I'm used to the show. Like when it first came out, it was like, oh my god, the show's balls to the wall, you know. And now that I've kind of got accustomed to it, you know, I don't know that I like it as much as, you know, what they're doing with Arrow and Flash now. But I like it better than some of the Arrow stuff. I don't know that I like it better than any of the Flash stuff.
Gotcha. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is good. You know, it's worth a watch if you like the CW universe at all. You know, it's definitely real good.
It's definitely not bad TV.
No,
It's not Gotham.
Yeah, no, hell no. and just the fact that they are still doing things like bringing old bearded Oliver with one arm.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
That's total fan service.
It totally is.
There's no reason they had to do that. He didn't even have to be in it. It was like, he's in Dark Knight Returns. Pretty fucking cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. So just the fact that they're doing those sorts of things, and then I imagine this beloved DC character is going to be a little bit of fan service as well.
I was thinking if it is Dr. Fate, I mean, that kind of ties into the whole motif of the show.
Well, do you think that they would maybe... I mean, this might be a way to get Constantine in the show?
Bringing in, like, the mystical
Yeah.
magic aspect of it? Yeah, totally.
There's not a person on that team that is affiliated magically. And that is a big part of DC Universe. I mean, you have heroes, but then you have a whole other magic side of it. I mean, do you think it could be a way to bring in Constantine, but do you think that they'll do anything like bring in...
I think you bring in Zatanna, Swamp Thing.
I mean, do you
what
think
if it's fucking Swamp Thing?
Oh, dude.
Jeff would lose his mind.
Yeah, I would.
Because they kept saying, like, beloved. I don't necessarily consider Dr. Fate a beloved DC character.
Well, when they say beloved, I think of, like, Big Seven.
That's like Green Lantern, Flash,
Martian Manhunter.
You've already got 2 or 3 of those.
Oh, yeah, right. Dude, what if they brought in Green Lantern? Like a Green Lantern for the CW universe.
That would be pretty awesome.
Or even,
Please.
they could even do this. They could even bring in a Green Lantern, and it could be future, like the Green Lantern from the future.
Yeah.
You know? And it doesn't even have to be they don't have to tie this Green Lantern into Arrow Flash timeline. It could be a completely different Green Arrow or Green Lantern. It could be, what if they went in the past and found Alan Scott and it was that Green Lantern?
Oh, shit.
And that could be the character that could tie into
That
magical
would be
stuff.
awesome.
That would be crazy. Blew my mind. Blew my own mind.
Which will totally make sense because they're not planning on bringing in Green Lantern into the DC movie universe until Justice League 2
Yeah.
in like 2020.
Yeah, and they've
With
already
Barbara Walters.
they've already made references to Hal Jordan in Arrow, several references actually. So, just give me Green Lantern, guys, in something.
Like, stop
please.
teasing me. Stop tickling them. Just grab it.
All right.
Moving from DC TV news to Marvel TV news, the Luke Cage teaser popped up.
I watched that.
I still haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it.
It was good. It's cool.
It was?
Yeah.
How long is it?
No, it's not very long at all. I mean, it's only like 30, 45 seconds. Basically, what happens is he's standing there, and these dudes and I think he says something like, "Really? You can do that?" And these dudes just start shooting him. They stop. He's still standing. They're all dumbfounded. He goes, "I hate having to buy new clothes." And then he just wrecks them dudes. And then this fucking awesome hip-hop music starts playing, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, this is going to be awesome.
But he's supposed to be like in Harlem like the whole time.
I don't know if he was in his bar, but he was in a bar.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if this is like...
Before
If he's in his bar, it's got to be before Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the story takes place before then. Maybe it has him meeting Danny Rand That's
would
where
be
we get
awesome.
an introduction to Danny Rand, Iron Fist.
Because those two are like bros in the comics.
They are.
sometimes.
They're BFS for sure. God, I love that whole universe. All this Defender stuff that they're doing with Netflix, which we'll speak more on later.
Yeah. Moving to movie news. Apparently, Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of, sort of confirmed Terminator 6.
Dear Hollywood, stop with the dang sequels. We're sick of them.
I'd seen a couple of sites like Comic Book Movie News and CBR had put up Terminator 6 confirmed by Arnold Schwarzenegger, but then whenever I read the articles, it was basically just a comment that he had made in an interview where they had asked him, like, hey, what do you think about the prospects of a new Terminator movie? And I think it was basically just, I'm excited for it. And that's it. So it was, he didn't technically really confirm anything.
So
It's weird.
What was the last Terminator movie?
Genesis.
Was that the one with Christian Bale?
Nope.
That was Salvation.
And Salvation is awful.
I think that might have been the last one I saw, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a thing from it.
It's got Chekhov from the new Star Trek movies is Kyle Reese. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. I didn't realize that.
And Christian Bale was John Connor.
It wasn't good.
Common was in it.
Was that the movie that
And they do something with the signal, and he says, the signal, it's beautiful. And at that point, I was just like, nope, I'm out, fuck this, I'm out. That one line just ruined the already mediocre movie.
yeah, I don't remember that movie at all.
They should do a Indiana Jones Terminator crossover.
They're doing the Men in Black and 22 Jump Street, 21
They
Jump
are
Street
doing that
crossover.
I saw that. Well, that I think is I think they'll probably play up as like, can you believe we're doing this shit right here?
Yeah. It's kind of like an in joke. Like, we didn't really intend this to be a joke, but since you guys think it's a joke now. We're totally in on this. We meant to do this from the beginning. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, movie
Yeah.
execs. What the fudge?
What the fudge?
I don't think they're people.
No.
I think they're just like
androids.
They're Skynet.
Oh, they're like they're what's his face, the big cockroach guy from Men in Black 1. Vincent D'Onofrio's character, where he talks like this.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Wait,
what it
that
is.
was Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, you guys are blowing my mind right now with all these connections. Wow.
And this will kind of tie into what we're going to talk about after the break. Netflix and NBC are producing even more Netflix Marvel TV shows.
Really?
Yep.
Now, did they give any clue as to what shows they are producing?
Oh, yeah. You haven't read this yet?
No, I haven't read any
Oh,
of this.
buddy. Hold on to your butts. First is Moon Knight.
Oh, no, I did read about this. I read about Moon Knight.
Brother Voodoo, who was actually the Sorcerer Supreme for a little while whenever Doctor Strange didn't have the Eye of Agamotto.
Okay.
Miss Marvel, who was currently
But it
Kamala
was,
Khan.
hang on, back it up. Was Brother Voodoo, was he the guy from that Constantine episode?
No.
Oh, that was
That's DC.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You're mixing
I am
universes, man.
I'm mixing the magic stuff. Sorry, it's the magic aspect.
It's still
of it.
magic. It's like, but they're almost kind of the same. Well, not the same. One of them's a bad guy, but
It's kind of
it's like
similar.
the same
kind of
magical
similar
aspect
voodoo.
of.
Okay.
Miss Marvel, who's Kamala Khan
That's cool.
right now. Spider-Man 2099.
Really?
Yeah. That's the one that I'm most excited for.
Wow.
And the Punisher.
They are doing a John Bernthal.
Surprise. I would assume so, yeah.
I would hope so.
I don't think it says.
That was one of the
Bernthal.
things I was mainly gonna
Hope for.
emphasize in this next segment was I would just watch John Bernthal be the Punisher all the time, every day. Nah,
We'll talk about
Yeah.
that in a second.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Because I was. Zip it.
Yeah.
Zip it.
So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Who would have thought you'd have a damn Spider-Man 2099 show? You know, holy
Yellow
crap.
Hair Man. I was always a big Spider-Man 2099
Now,
fan during the 90s.
Do you think they'll still do this sort of like more mature adult sort of rated thing with these shows?
I hope so. I think
they'll probably go both ways, like different ones, whatever.
Depending on the character.
Exactly.
Miss Marvel would be more of like a lighthearted kind of thing, like
Now-
coming of age kind of stuff.
I know Miss Marvel is what was her name?
Kamala Khan.
Now, do you think they'll do her, or do you think they'll do Carol Danvers?
Oh, I would be extremely surprised if they didn't do Kamala Khan.
But just because of the
Because the comic book has been so well received over the last couple of years.
right.
And with Captain Marvel being in one of the Marvel movies coming up, it's going to be Carol Danvers.
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, she's gonna be in probably. I don't know if she's gonna be in. I guess she'll probably be in Infinity Gauntlet.
I would hope so. She's getting her own movie. She's getting a solo movie.
Oh yeah, well she definitely will be then.
And Kamala Khan is actually an Inhuman, so that would work into that whole Inhuman thing that Marvel's
She
currently
is.
going through. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yep.
All right, Marvel, dude. They got it
Seriously.
going on.
Yeah.
Their TV stuff is blowing up.
Yeah. DC had them pretty much dead to rights with the TV stuff, but with the Netflix stuff, man, Marvel's coming at them hot.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
Yeah, man.
So what do we got up next? Is that all the news?
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, we're talking about Daredevil next.
Yeah, buddy. Woo! All right, after the break, come back and we will talk about Marvel's Daredevil Season 2. See you in a second.